Good evening and welcome. Before we start tonight's program, would you please all join me in a moment of silence for our neighbors in Oklahoma? Thank you. Anna?
Would you all please stand and join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Parents, faculty members, family, superintendent of schools, school board members, friends, and students, welcome to the 31st Annual Littleton High School Academic Awards. Tonight we gather to celebrate the academic accomplishments of our students for the 2012-2013 school year. Andrew Carnegie once said that anything in life worth having is worth working for. Each student standing here tonight has already learned this lesson by excelling above and beyond what was required of them. They have achieved great things. Occasions such as tonight prove hard work does in fact pay off. The work that these students have achieved this year is exceptional. Those here tonight have distinguished themselves as some of the most knowledgeable, hardworking, diligent, and talented students here at LHS. The definition of respect is a feeling of great admiration for someone brought out by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. I am feeling great respect towards all the students here tonight. I respect their determination to reach their goals and accomplish great things. I respect their commitment to learning, and most of all, I respect the hard work that being here tonight represents. Tonight, we see the result of their determination, commitment, and hard work through acknowledgement at this ceremony. On behalf of the National Honor Society, thank you for being here to support the endeavors of these students. Your encouragement is greatly appreciated. Congratulations, and keep up the great work. And please enjoy the rest of the ceremony.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the
Thank you, Grace and Kathleen. At this time, it's been tradition since we moved these award ceremonies to the evening is always to invite a former student of LHS back to speak to really the students of LHS. And we tried to choose a student who had graduated or has graduated within the past, within the past 10 years, so they have certainly completed their college education and gone off to the world of work. So this year is no exception, and I had asked Mr. Tyler Drummond some time ago to speak at this ceremony, and he had agreed to do so. Unfortunately, I received a call at about 2 o'clock this afternoon due to a commitment he has at his new job. He was unable to make it as he had to go to some appointment in Rhode Island. But just quickly, Tyler did graduate from LHS class of 2004, and he was very involved in student government. Student council president. He went on to Southern New Hampshire University and was actually the president there. Graduated from SNU, furthered his education at law school, and actually came back to the community and wanted to serve the community as a school board member. And to my knowledge, was probably one of the youngest school board members ever appointed to the board. And he also wanted to give back. He had always been involved in youth and government as a student. And recently, upon his return back to Littleton, had volunteered and worked with Mr. Lafitte, a longtime advisor for youth and government, working with our students. So it's unfortunate that he is not able to be here this evening, but he certainly sent his apologies, and maybe another time. So we'll move forward to the awards. So the first award this evening is for the valedictorian of the class of 2013. So would Amy Hastings please come forward? Obviously, finishing first in her class represents that Amy is an excellent student in a challenging college curriculum. We all know that. She's worked hard throughout her 4 years here at Littleton High School. She has been involved in our student government, and she is a member of our National Honor Society, and serves as the public relations officer. What you might not know is that Amy has volunteered over 218 hours of community service in our community, serving in such areas as Hand to Hand, Summer Project, the local Dinner Bell, Sunday School Aid, Littleton Food Cupboard, the library summer program, just to name a few. So she's obviously been very busy over her 4 years here. Amy will be attending Dartmouth in the fall in their pre-med program. So once again, congratulations, Amy Hastings. Salutatorian, would Haley Smith please come forward? Haley also represents a student who works very hard at all her studies. She's also very involved, as all of you are, in many activities outside of the classroom. Haley has been served as student council president this year, which is an enormous amount of work. Haley's also been very involved in our FBLA chapter, where she's performed exceedingly well at state competitions, and also is a member of our National Honor Society. Again, what you may not know is Haley has volunteered over 125 hours of community service with the Adaptive Sports Partners of the North Country and the American Red Cross. Haley will be attending Clark University next year in their business program. The next award is the highest honor awards. These awards are provided for students who really earn these awards. They represent students who've earned all A's in all their classes up until the fourth quarter, because at the time we do this, those grades have not been completed. I'm sure they'll continue and earn all A's. So it's quite a tribute and represents a lot of hard work. So representing the senior class, Heather Fillion. Patrick Hampson. Amy Hastings. Haley Smith. And Zach Ward. Representing the junior class, Maggie Hadlock. Hannah Lavoie. Olivia Paradise. And Morgan Ross. Sophomore class, Samantha Buse. Grace Colte. And Nicholas Walsh. Representing the freshman class, Sierra Favreau. Our next award is the President's Education Award. The criteria for this award is that students have to possess a 90 average. They have to have outstanding attendance with an 85% attendance. And they also have to complete 75 hours of their community service. And this service must be performed for at least 4 different agencies. I do have a letter from the White House, which I'd like to read at this time. It says, please accept my congratulations on receiving the President's Education Award. I am pleased to join your family, friends, and teachers in recognizing this tremendous achievement. Nothing will have a greater impact on your success and the success of our nation than the knowledge and skills that you gain in the classroom. Your future is in your hands, and as long as you stay focused on your studies, there is not a single thing you cannot accomplish. By earning this award, you have shown the discipline and the drive to excel academically, and I encourage you to carry those qualities forward in all that you do. Congratulations again, and I applaud the example you set for students across the country, and I wish you all the best in the years ahead. Barack Obama. And also I just want to add, because one of the criteria was community service, 75 hours. We have 11 recipients, and combined community service of these 11 students was 1,421 hours. So great accomplishment. So the first student, Allison Abbott. Haley Champagne. Christina De Palma. Patrick Hampson. Jesse Height. Jeffrey Howard III. Brett LePan. Eric Pilgrim. Sydney Pinard. Haley Smith. And Morgan Wentworth. The next set of awards are really by each of our departments here or programs at LHS and the Career and Tech Center. So I'd like to invite Mrs. Barbara Chase to come forward, please.
Good evening. I'm Barbara Chase. I'm a teacher in the Life Skills program at Littleton High School. I'm honored to present an award today to a young man in our program who has gone above and beyond this year in learning important skills that will help him as an adult. He has completed over the course of the year over 6 internships within the community. In the high school, he can be found helping out with numerous jobs in the school, or taking a drum lesson with Mrs. Donahue, or art class with Mrs. Platt. He's a wonderful member of our community. We got him a little gift certificate to the co-op. It is Christian Keach, and I don't believe it's
Next award for an internship, Mrs. Egger.
Good evening. This year has been an anomaly from how internships have evolved in the past. Mr. Brodeen presented me with a list of his top 5 seniors in the Automotive Technology Career and Technical Education program as strong candidates for work-based learning internships. I interviewed each one, offered each job shadow activity to help them select an internship site. One of them accepted a job shadow visit. All the others demurred, saying they were really happy to complete their senior year solely in the auto program. The one who did a job shadow decided he did not want to do an off-site education program, and he knew where he would pursue post-secondary education also. The reason, as near as I could ascertain, is as follows. Students realize they are in a state-of-the-art facility, probably the best career and technical auto education shop in the state. And they love their program, their teacher, and they don't want to miss any of it. So it became imperative to consider other students for this award. Mr. Smith mentioned several years ago that he wanted work-based learning to incorporate industry tours into the format. This was an intriguing idea, especially with our proximity to the Littleton Industrial Park and the many employment opportunities available in Littleton. And finally, I found myself working with a student base who would benefit from this type of activity, Mrs. Chase's life skills class. What better group to educate to local resources for their education and include community resources in the mix, as these students were less likely to relocate elsewhere after graduation, but could benefit hugely from an awareness of what would be out there for them once they left the structure of high school. Mrs. Chase arranged transportation, always the biggest barrier, and set aside a day at a time each week. We started with Hampton Inn, Genfoot, the Rocks Estate, Littleton Coin, Littleton Library, Tinder Court, Burndy, LPD, LFD, wastewater treatment, transfer station. We did them all, and many others. I missed the Pete and Jerry's organic egg trip due to a personal event, which was a huge disappointment to me. The students were absolutely the best behaved. Of course, we always had nearly as many chaperones as we had students. No matter, we all had a great time. They, chaperones as well as students, always had great questions and were good listeners. One student distinguished himself with his gentlemanly behavior and enthusiasm for working wherever we were visiting. During this year, I had occasion to administer a vocational evaluation on him. One component was an observation of his work in the cafeteria as an intern. He received rave reviews from everyone with whom he comes into contact. His soft skills are well honed. He is productive, exhibits a positive attitude, always asks for further direction after he completes an assigned task, is self-motivated and responsible. What more can we ask for in a worker? I need to emphasize the gentleman part a little more. He is unfailingly polite and considerate of others with manners seldom seen in teens. I think we have his parents to credit with this achievement. At any rate, he was always a joy to have with us on the industry tours, and then to have his qualities as a worker affirmed in his internship prompted his selection for this award. Congratulations, Josh Demming.
To present the Student Council Awards with Mrs. Lafitte, please come forward.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to present to you the new 2013-14 Student Council President, Olivia Paradise. She would like to say a few words as she embarks on her first, basically, tour of duty in the leadership role here at LHS.
It is during this ceremony that we acknowledge the leadership and hard work of the seniors who held an office in the LHS Student Council this year. We would now like to present these seniors with their stoles for graduation.
This year, as you heard, serving as Student Council President, Haley Smith. Christina De Palma. And Jasmine Beard Ridland.
I believe that I speak for the entire Student Council when I say that we will miss all three of them greatly in the upcoming year. On behalf of the LHS Student Council, I thank them for their hard work and dedication and wish them the best of luck as they move forward. Thank you.
To present the 2013 Community Service Award, Mrs. Nancy Reichman.
Good evening. Mr. Smith just talked to you about the community service hours and how well our students did this year, and so it was very, very hard to choose one student for this award. The recipient for this year's Community Service Award is a student who gives his time unselfishly, and he makes an effort to make things better for others. Over the past 4 years, he's contributed 206 hours to the Littleton community. His spirit is admirable, and whatever task I gave him this year, he did it with a smile. So it gives me great pleasure to present the 2013 Community Service Award to Jesse Height.
To present the St. Michael's College Book Award for Scholarship and Service, Mr. Joel Shea.
Good evening. The St. Michael's College Book Award for Academic Achievement with a Social Conscience recognizes outstanding students who demonstrate a commitment to volunteerism and leadership in his or her community service endeavors. The college's founders had a special commitment to serving others as an extension of their Catholic faith. Today, the Book Award represents just one way in which St. Michael's fulfills its mission to better the human condition by honoring those who demonstrate the true spirit of volunteerism. The Book Award recipients must be inductees of the National Honor Society, sponsored by the school. In addition, the students must demonstrate strong social conscience and a sustained and sincere commitment to community service activities through their high school or organizations within the local community. Preference is given to students who have taken on leadership roles within their community service endeavors. The book that we are presenting today is entitled First They Killed My Father, A Daughter of Cambodia Remembers, by Luang Ang, a recognized author and a graduate of St. Michael's College. A moving and inspiring work, First They Killed My Father, is a riveting memoir about the survival of a Cambodian family and in turn the development of Ang's crusade for a landmine-free world. Luang Ang's life is a true reflection about the importance of social conscience in today's world. I am proud to announce that the recipient of this year's Book Award for Academic Achievement with a Social Conscience is Allison McKay.
To present the Harvard Prize Book Award, Mrs. Linda Levitt.
Good evening. The Harvard Prize Book. The prize book of the Harvard Alumni Association shall be awarded to the outstanding student in the next graduating class who displays excellence in scholarship and high character combined with achievement in other fields. The prize book is offered in recognition by the Harvard Radcliffe Club of New Hampshire and is awarded to Olivia Paradise.
At this time, we have a tribute to the award recipients by Maggie Hadlock.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to acknowledge these students before you tonight for their excellence in academics. Each of these students has proven their ability to excel in their schoolwork. What I would like to add tonight is recognition for all their additional efforts that have made them successful and helped them get here tonight. These students have risen to this level of success through more than just their schoolwork. They are motivated, self-directed, and determined individuals. You will find that these students are highly involved in their school and community and work extremely hard to maintain their exceptional grades. It is not unusual to see these individuals participating in sports, drama, HOSA, FBLA, student council, class fundraisers, and so much more. Often, they are the core group driving these activities because they are such high achievers. I believe it is the high standards that they always set for themselves that will push them to be successful far beyond high school. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "If a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets even as Michelangelo painted, or Beethoven composed music, or Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will pause to say, 'Here lived a great street sweeper who did his job well.'" I believe each of these students would be a great street sweeper. Tonight, I would like us all to recognize these peers of mine for their dedication to hard work and perseverance. We should take notice of the strong character traits that drive them to exceed normal expectations. They have the ambition and the tenacity to be great at whatever they choose. Congratulations. We commend you for your commitment and effort to always going above and beyond. Be proud of yourselves and continue to strive for excellence.
To present the award representing the Language Arts Department, Mrs. Jennifer Carbonell.
The Academic Superiority Award for Language Arts is presented to a student who has achieved the highest average and is most deliberate and conscientious with work, both with short-range and long-range assignments. Moreover, this individual surpasses course requirements. This student goes above and beyond course expectations. The criteria for this award includes the following: integrity of scholarship demonstrated in honest, polished work, genuine curiosity and skill in analyzing literary and film genres, themes, styles, and techniques, written and oral expression that demonstrates strong voice, mature vocabulary, flexible structures, creativity, and sense of audience, willingness to support classmates in the improvement of language arts, and maintaining an A in language courses. It is my privilege to announce this year's recipient as Hannah Lavoie.
Representing the Mathematics Department, Mrs. Severino.
The Superiority Award for Mathematics is reserved for a student that excels in mathematics and one that has an appreciation for mathematics. It is also for a student who never asks the question, when will I ever use this? Students that have received this award in the past have gone beyond the requirements for graduation with regard to their math studies. No different this year. And this year, just like last year, it was impossible to narrow it down to one student. So I am honored to award this year's recipients of Zach Ward and Amy Hastings.
Representing our World Language Department, Mrs. Paula Letzen and Mrs. Cecile Healy.
Buenas noches, bonsoir, good evening. The students chosen for the World Language Academic Award have excellent command of the 5 C's of world language education: communication, cultures, connections, comparisons, and communities. They exhibit enthusiasm for language and culture, show interest that goes beyond the classroom setting, they go above and beyond the requirements, and they exhibit good citizenship and a strong work ethic in the classroom. This year's Spanish Award goes to 3 exceptional students. Felicitaciones a Graciela Serena Annan, Rosalia Hannah Lavoy, y Maria Olivia Paradise.
And this year in French, I'm very honored to say congratulations to 2 fabulous students I've had. I hope they continue with their French studies and they find room in their schedules for me. I would like to honor tonight Maggie Hadlock and Morgan Ross.
Representing the Social Studies Department, Mr. Jeremy Brown.
The only problem is this is your speech can have low battery. I'm Jeremy Brown. I teach right now 8th grade social studies at DBMS, and I'll be presenting the Academic Excellence for Social Studies Award. First off, I'd just like to say a few things and answer the question, what is social studies? In 1992, the National Council for the Social Studies adopted the following definition, and I quote, "Social studies is the integrated study of the social sciences and humanities to promote civic competence. Within the school program, social studies provides coordinated, systematic study drawing upon such disciplines as anthropology, archaeology, economics, geography, history, law, philosophy, political science, psychology, religion, and sociology, as well as appropriate content from the humanities, mathematics, and natural sciences. The primary purpose of the social studies is to help young people develop the ability to make informed and reasoned decisions for the public good as citizens of a culturally diverse, democratic society in an interdependent world." Having a keen understanding of social studies content provides context for us as individuals and as a society, past, present, and future. The Social Studies Department is recognizing 2 students from the class of 2013 for their outstanding achievements in all subjects of social studies. These individuals have exceeded academic expectations and demonstrated a curiosity of the world around them, driven by a strong love of learning. Please accompany me in congratulating these students for a job well done. Those students are Amy Hastings and Jessie Height.
To present the award for visual arts, Mrs. Emily Platt.
Good evening. I hope you noticed my shoes as I was walking up here, because tonight it's all about the shoes. The student who receives the Academic Superiority Award for Visual Arts defines him or herself as an artist and demonstrates the highest level of artistic merit in these particular areas: creative expression, technical proficiency, personal commitment, artistic growth, and art career potential. The student receiving tonight's award not only excels at creating her own individual artwork, but she uses her talents in ways like helping with drama sets, designing prom invitations, and creating shoes. Back to the shoes. It's not really about the shoes, it's about the young woman who created them. You may have seen her at basketball games this year with a stand set up, and she was selling her creations. She not only did that, but she donated a number of the proceeds to benefit the junior class. So please join me in congratulating Chloe Pilgrim, tonight's recipient.
The next award, representing the Physical Education Department, Mr. Fillion and Mr. Simmons, please come forward.
"31 years of academic awards at Littleton High School. I graduated in 1991. I had no idea they did this. Of course, some of you out there are laughing, Mr. Ross. You didn't know either. Over the past 2 years, this individual has put more time into physical fitness than any student in this school district. He's not only grown physically, but mentally and socially as well. He's very dedicated to fitness, nutrition. He's become a mentor in the fitness room. He's the reason why many other students in our school have joined the fitness clubs around this area. And we want to congratulate Alec Core for his dedication and commitment to physical education.
Mr. Fillion was being honest, I was here then, so. To represent the music department and to present the John Philip Sousa and the National Choral Award, Mrs. Donahue, please come forward.
Good evening. The John Philip Sousa Music Award was introduced in 1955 to honor the top student in the high school band. The John Philip Sousa Band Award recognizes superior musicianship and outstanding dedication. Hannah Lavoie is an outstanding musician. She not only shows exceptional knowledge and skill, but has a true passion for playing the clarinet. She is always striving to perfect her craft.
She has participated at the North Country Music Festival for the past 3 years, and I am looking forward to another great year working with her. Congratulations, Hannah. The National School Choral Award is the highest honor for high school choral performers. It recognizes the dedication and musical achievement of the top choral students in the school. Kayla Benson shows a great deal of passion for singing. She always has wonderful ideas for the chorus to try and is willing to sing just about anything. She participated at the North Country Music Festival this year and came back with great new ideas for the chorus to try. I look forward to working with her again next year. Kayla Benson.
Representing the Health Science Technologies Program, Mr. Demers.
Thank you very much. First off, Mrs. Babin sends her regrets for not being here tonight. Those of you who know her know that she's proud of every single one of you out there, not just the Health Science Tech students. She really does wish she could be here, but you're stuck with me. For the Health Science Technology Academic Excellence Award, there are some requirements. It must be a second year in the program, an A average, cumulative over the past 2 years, high demonstration of professionalism, high standard of medical ethics, and active participant in HOSA and demonstrates strong leadership abilities. It's always difficult to pick which student deserves this. They all do, but some really rise above it, and in our group, there's a number of them. It was once again difficult this year, and there are 2 recipients that we will be awarding this to. The first, she showed a genuine interest in the healthcare community. She cared for the people she took care of. She went out every day, and she did it, and she came back loving it. The feedback that we received from the healthcare professionals out there was that she was a stellar participant, and they would love to have her back. Our first recipient is Tasha Favreau. And our second recipient is none less deserving. She met all the criteria, just as Tasha did. However, she led HOSA at the state level, and she showed strong leadership abilities. She was tireless in her fundraising efforts, and she was always there when you needed her. Our second recipient is Morgan Wentworth. Thank you.
Representing Business Education, Ms. Antonucci.
A little shorter. Thank you. The Accounting Academic Achievement Award is given to a student who has completed Accounting 1 and Accounting 2. She demonstrates dedication to the subject and pays attention to detail. This recipient will be awarded the Accounting Completer Certificate next week and has shown great aptitude for the subject matter. She participated in the Job Shadow program learning QuickBooks and found out how easy accounting really can be with this software. I think she wishes I introduced her to the software program sooner. I'm very proud and excited to award Stacy Lucas with the Accounting Academic Achievement Award. I also have an award for the business program. The criteria for the business award includes completing a 2-year business program. They have to be an active participant in the Future Business Leaders of America organization, receive an A or better for 3 or more marking periods, demonstrates professionalism, dedication, attention to detail, as well as having strong leadership skills. This recipient demonstrates all of the criteria above and beyond my expectations. She is well deserving of this award, and as she has been a very active member of FBLA for 3 years and a 2-time first place state winner. She is a model business student, a Project Running Start student in partnership with White Mountain Community College for accounting, and a dual credit student in partnership with Southern New Hampshire University for business. She will be graduating in June with 6 college credits. It's my honor to award Heather Fillion with the Academic Achievement Award in Business.
Representing the Early Childhood Education Program, which will be changing its name and its focus to careers in education in the future, Mrs. Belanger.
Thank you. This year's Early Childhood Education Award goes to China Lowe. There's a quote about teachers that happens to be one of my favorites. Teachers who love teaching teach children to love learning. I believe that China has the potential to be one of those teachers. I've had her for the last 3 years in class, and I've watched China grow and mature over the last 3 years. And if you could see her in a classroom with children, you would know, just as I do, that she really belongs there. China has maintained an A average and is also a member of the Future Educators Association. And she can constantly in search of ways to challenge herself both in the classroom and in the lab. I couldn't ask for a more caring and devoted student teacher in the preschool as well as at Head Start, where she has been interning as a teacher's aide. China's genuine love of children shines brightly every day, and the children adore her. As a senior next year, China would like to focus her studies on early childhood and special needs. She plans on continuing her internship at Head Start, where the plans are to give her more responsibilities in the classroom and involve her in the planning and assessment phase of curriculum there. I look forward to having China as a student next year. We have great plans for her as well. Congratulations, China.
Usually, Mrs. Brodeen comes forward to present the Automotive Technology Award. And with his absence this evening, the program would be a little shorter. But part of what educators have to do is continuously look at their competencies, and they try and match always to their competencies and align those competencies with whatever standard in the industry is necessary. So unfortunately, Mr. Brodeen has a meeting with the Department of Ed this evening, so he couldn't be here. But he did briefly talk to me about this student. The student is certainly well-deserved. The student is a role model in the classroom as well as the shop area, where certainly safety is a major component. He's a very hard worker, both, again, in the classroom and in the lab or the shop area. He's demonstrated that he's very competent and has a bright future in this field. So at this time, I'd like to present the award for the Auto Technologies to Cameron Silveira. can see, he cleans up pretty well, too. The next award represents the Computer Technologies Program. Mr. Anderson, please.
This year's award goes out to a very special young man who has been with me for 4 years. He's taken about every class I've ever offered. Zach has taken computer literacy, where he's learned to be proficient in Microsoft Office, intro to programming, where he's learned about Java and the basics of intro, and computer systems technologies 1 and 2. For this award, Zach had to maintain an A average, what he has done every marking period. Excellent. Some of the things he learned: digital analog circuitry. He went through the Cisco Systems Network IT Essentials. Did very well. Okay. He also showed excellent soft skills. And if you've had to deal with anyone on the phone for tech support, you appreciate someone who has excellent soft skills. Zach has also decided to continue with his computer science education, where he's decided to go into computer forensics and probably go work for any number of law enforcement agencies out there. So behave yourself. I trained him well. And for this, I'm proud to Zach Ward.
Representing a program here, the North Country Workplace Education Award, Mrs. Ward.
Good evening. I am honored to present this year's North Country Internship Award to a student that has shown reliability, leadership, confidence, and a commitment to future plans in the veterinarian field. I have a quote from her business partner. "It's been great working with Amanda. She is very eager to learn and asks lots of questions. It's definitely her calling to be working with animals in some way, shape, or form. She reminds me a little of myself when I was her age. It has been a pleasure to have her in our clinic." So I'm pleased tonight to present this year's North Country Internship Award to Amanda Dreyer, who is with Companion Pet Center.
To present the next 2 awards, one for technology education and the other for a newer program we have here, broadcast technology. Mr. Ferrantino.
Good evening. The first award that I'd like to hand out is the Technology Education Award. The criteria for this is that the student must have completed at least 1 full credit in Tech Ed, must have an above average in all Tech Ed classes attempted, must excel in subject matter and go above and beyond average on assignments, projects, and tasks. This student should be active in technology, engineering, and education, and exemplifies technological literacy. This year's award goes to Harley McKay. Mr. Humphries and I have worked with Harley over the last 4 years, and we feel that Harley really gets it. Harley applies all his math, science, and technology skills together with engineering skills that we have presented him with in our classes. Harley processes through all his experiences and comes up with solid, viable, hands-on solutions. It's been a pleasure to have Harley in our classes, and we wish him all the best in the future. Harley McKay. Next award is the Broadcast Technology Award. This student needed to fill a full year. This is a completer course. He actually did a year and a half in 1 year by taking an extra block and doing an independent study. You must be above average in all combined semesters. You must excel in the subject matter. You need to show interest in pursuing a career in radio and television technology. You must elicit a positive attitude in and around the classroom setting and be a role model. The Broadcast Technology Award goes to Joshua Bogardus. I've worked with Josh over the last year, and I feel that he has worked hard and understands this field of study. Josh applies all the skills necessary to complete a project and to take on a challenge. He processes through all his experiences and comes up with solid solutions to programming and editing. It's a pleasure to have Josh in class this year, and I wish him all the best next year as he attends the College of St. Rose for Communications and Criminal Justice. Josh Bogardus.
Representing the drama, fantastic organization here, Mrs. Steinauer and Doc B.
Our first recipient has been involved in the LHS drama program for a few years. His first play was Romeo and Juliet. This boy took on a small part with great enthusiasm, sporting the lingo of the 60s and wearing a full bell-bottom outfit replete with a vest, beads on his neck, sunglasses, and a headband. The box home he created sticks in my mind as this thespian's distinct voice rolled out Shakespeare's words without an error. He played in last year's spring musical as the bad boy, running and dodging as only this young tumbler can do. He really can tumble. Just last week, he bravely took on the role, a lead role, Sky Masterson. Not being a singer, but a very, very good DJ. This fellow studied hard. Days and many hours were devoted to pull off this very difficult role. I was with him the whole way, and I know Doc B was too. And I know anybody that watched it was as well. It isn't easy to do something you're not really great at, right? But you try hard and you do your best. And I know that he did. He has maintained his academic status, devoted extra time to drama, and his plans are to enter the service after graduation. I'd like to say congratulations, as well as Doc B does, to Brett LePan. Our second recipient has been involved in drama for the past few years as well. She has been seen in a number of shows, Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet and Hamlet, spring musicals The Sound of Music, Music Man, and this past week, Guys and Dolls. I don't believe she has ever spoken one word on the stage, sort of a strange thing for drama unless you're producing silent movies. Her contribution and reason for this award is for her dedication to creating our sets for the stage. Her artwork is outstanding. She has created full scenes of the Swiss Alps, signs for stores that are professional looking, and much, much more. Just last week, she created the sewer in the back wall of the stage. And I just felt as though no one else in our midst could create such a fantastic backdrop. I fell in love with it. I wanted the pictures taken with the backdrop of the sewer. Such a strange thing, don't you think? But truly, the sewer came alive, and that's where the big scene happened. On top of all her wonderful sets, she's a marvelous student, a top contributor to her class. As you heard before, I don't have my clothes on, but I own 3 pair of them. I love her shoes, and she raised so much money for our class. I cannot thank her enough. I know that she's going somewhere this summer. I can't remember where it is. I encouraged her to get into St. Paul's School for the Arts, which she was waitlisted, and I know she could have gotten in. I think she can go anywhere, and I know she's going somewhere But we wish her the best of luck wherever she goes. And I do want to be invited if she does make it somewhere in the world, because I'm sure she will. Congratulations, Chloe Pilgrim. Thank you. Yeah, and congratulations to all of you. I would like to take a special moment. I work in a special place here at the high school. It's my first real job here at LHS. I'm so proud to be with all of you. All of you. You're such great students. It's just an honor. Thank you.
Representing the Science Department, Mrs. Sanville and Dr. Benoit.
This year, the Science Department has chosen 2 students for our award. In addition to meeting the minimum requirements of taking 4 science courses and receiving A averages in those courses, these 2 students have gone above and beyond. They have made science a real and living part of their lives. When we choose award recipients, we look for students who not only have excelled academically, but those who have a passion for the sciences and have decided to become lifelong learners of the sciences. It is with great pleasure that I would like to introduce Eric Pilgrim and Christina De Palma for this year's Science Award recipients.
The next award is Career and Technical Education Student of the Year. This recipient is chosen by the faculty of the Hugh Gallen Career and Technical Center. And Career and Technical Centers, or Career and Technical Education, has really changed over the years. Although we do have programs to assist students right into the workforce after high school, the focus really has been on preparing our students for post-secondary education because we feel that that's vital for their success in the future. This year's recipient is an excellent student who has consistently earned honor roll all throughout her high school career. Her focus, and you heard a little bit about this earlier, has really been in the areas of business and finance. This student has earned college credits while taking courses here at the Hugh Gallen Center. This student is also very involved in co-curricular pursuits. And of course, she's very active and successful in our local FBLA chapter and has earned several first place awards at state competition. And this year will be her 3rd national competition. This student also very involved in community service, has completed over 125 hours of community service for the American Red Cross, YMCA, the local dinner bell, and the Rocks Estate. This student is attending Quinnipiac University in the fall to study marketing and business. CTE Student of the Year, Heather Fillion. Next, at this time, I would like Mr. Babin to please come forward.
Good evening, everyone. One of the best parts of being a National Honor Society advisor is to be here this evening to share this very special and significant moment with our graduating seniors. We've had a wonderful journey for the last 2 years. We meet every Thursday morning at 7:10 a.m. We engage in countless community service projects, and this is excluding their studies, their sports, their arts, and everything else that they engage in. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful opportunity, and it's a privilege to be able to work with this caliber of student. This evening, we're going to be presenting them with their graduation stoles, which is really the highlight of their career here with the National Honor Society. Now, as you well know, the graduation stoles are one of the most important garments that one will wear during graduation time. And simply because it's that visible sign that identifies each graduate and their academic achievement. But these stoles are a little bit special because most graduation stoles that you see are just one color. But these national stoles that we have here are given out next 2 weeks to probably 50 or 60,000 students throughout America, and it's the same stole. And on it, and I don't know if anybody's really aware of it, but I think that, you know, it's something that means a lot to the students, probably more than anyone else. In the middle of the stole, there's a torch and there's a light. And what that means is that it's just a symbol for learning. And that is in every school throughout America. And then you have some letters on it. It says CSLS. One S is for scholarship. And that's what they strive to be, the best student possible. But it's not only getting great grades or getting straight A's, but it's that thirst for knowledge that they have, where it might take them to St. Paul's School, or it might take them to a summer program, or it might want them to take computer classes online to better themselves. So that's what that scholarship is all about. And it doesn't end here at Littleton High School. This is just the first part of it. It continues on in years to come. You have the L for leadership. And leadership, you know, people say, how do you define it? I says, well, it's just being there and helping out whenever you can. It's not only being the captain of a basketball team or president of your class. It could be just being in your classroom and helping somebody who needs help, or just being there to lend a helping hand in no matter whatever the case may be. And that's what that leadership is all about. They have the service. All of them here this evening have well over 100, 150 hours of community service. And they don't do it just to get a number of hours, but they do it because they want to be of assistance. They want to help out. Whenever there's a tragedy in New Hampshire or someplace else, they'll come forward and they'll say, Mr. Babin, what can we do to help out? You know, where can we go? And it's all things like that. And this is what it's all about. It's that, you know, community service component that they want to do. And then it's character. And we rely on, you know, we thank the parents for instilling that basic sense of character in all their you know, sons and daughters. It's that willingness to do what's right and what's wrong, and don't succumb to peer pressure. It's doing what's sometimes not so popular, not so cool, but doing something in the bottom of your heart that you know will make you a better person. So that's why when they presented with their stoles this evening, it's something that they will keep with them forever. And it's something that they will look at and they'll say, I remember all of the great things that I did and all of the things that I will continue to strive for. And that's why these are so very, very special to the graduates of Littleton High School. So Mr. Smith, he's going to do the official presentation like he has for the last decade or so, and we'll call you up and to receive some much well-deserved applaud and congratulations, because it's a bittersweet moment, because, you know, we're almost on our journey that has taken most of us some 2 years to get here. And it's been a really fun journey and a real privilege for me to be part of it. So would Allison Abbott please come up? Christina De Palma. Patrick Hampson. Amy Hastings. Jesse Height. Chris Hill. Dory Horn. Sydney Pinard. Haley Smith. And Morgan Wentworth. And thank you again.
Before I invite Mr. Sharp for closing comments, I just want to thank everyone for attending this evening. Thank you, all parents and friends in the audience, superintendent, members of the school board, colleagues, and students, not just for attending this evening, but thank you for everything you've done here all throughout your education, whether you've gone to Lakeway, Daisy Brownson Middle School, and the high school here. You represent yourselves well, you represent our school well, and you represent your community. So I really want to thank all of you. Congratulations. And Mr. Shea.
Thank you all once again for coming tonight, and I'd like to congratulate our students collectively from my colleagues too. You know, you have done an excellent job to get where you are today, and just you know, thinking of the seniors that are out here today, we've spent quite a good 4 years together, and just thinking of all the hard work that we've done this year, starting with the college process and applications and financial aid. And I still spend quite a lot of time with some of you. I think we were still answering questions out in the line there to come in here. But it's a long process, and it's a great one to walk through as I see you going from freshman year to senior and doing this. And as Mr. Smith said, I really appreciate all the support that you've given them as parents, friends, school board, and my colleagues here to help them achieve where they are at. And I know there's a lot of time on the program here since Mr. Brodeen couldn't make it, but I will keep these comments brief. Word on the street is that Mr. Smith is becoming an avid Bruins fan, and he probably doesn't want to hang around too long tonight. So with that, thank you very much. I know National Honor Society is providing beverages and snacks at the end of this, so please be our guest. Thank you again.